Hey everybody, Big Truth here, continuing my little video series about my Sasquatch stories from Northern California. Today I want to talk about Pinnacle Rock. And if you live on the north side of the lake, Clear Lake, you probably heard something about Pinnacle Rock. A few years after these incidents that I'm going to tell you about, this old timer disappeared up there. And he went up in the mountains almost every day. He would go hunt squirrels or whatever. And they found his little Trail 90 up there at Pinnacle Rock. And they never found the guy. He absolutely, totally disappeared. And my friend Daniel, he was telling me that he went in the cave there at Pinnacle Rock. There's a little cave down the left side of the rock. If you go down along the rock, you'll find a cave. And it's not very big opening. You got to turn around and back up into this cave. And then you got to drop about 5 feet down till you get to the floor of the little chamber there. There's a little crack up on top of the rock where it lets in a little bit of light during the day. And of course the opening lets in a little light. But when you get in there, it takes a minute for your eyes to adjust because it's pretty dark. And then the cave continues down a chute. And I've never been down in there, but I've been told that at the bottom of that chute, it opens up into a big old chamber, a really big chamber, and people have rappelled down in there, but I have not. I've only been in the one little chamber. Anyway, my buddy Daniel and his other friend got in there, backed in, and as their eyes were adjusting, they saw these two eyes in the corner looking at them. He said they were wide set apart, about like 6 or 8 inches apart. Big whole eyes. And of course they got the hell out of there. They were scared to death. And it's scary just talking about it. I know what it's like backing into that cave. I sure in the heck wouldn't want to see something down there when I got there. Anyway, I do believe that Daniel was also with my buddy Tom. And there was actually 6 of them. All jumped in a pickup truck. And we had a snow day. They went up there, Pinnacle Rock, so that they could just play in the snow. Of course, it'd be way deeper there than it would down by the lake, where we generally only get 2 or 3 inches about every 4 or 5 years. Anyway, they went on up there to Pinnacle Rock. They didn't actually go to the rock. They went on the road that goes to the rock. And about 2/3 of the way from the main road, Bartlett Springs Road, towards Pinnacle Rock, there's a little turnout, and it goes down a little ways, and then it turns around. There's a turnaround, and they went down in there to play in the snow. Went down in there, parked their truck. They're running around, having a great time, throwing snowballs at each other. My buddy Tom, he hid behind this little stump and was just making a big pile of snowballs so he could pelt them guys. And he saw something up on top of the hill. Or maybe not on top of the hill, but I guess there's a hill there with a fire trail. And he saw something maybe 2/3 of the way up the hill. And it looked like a person. And it was snowing at the time, so his vision wasn't, actually clear. But he could see a big dark shape that looked like a person. He didn't think much of it. Then as he's making his snowballs, he looked up there. He noticed that it was coming down closer and closer. And it would go down the road a little bit, and then it would go to the side and get behind a tree. Then he'd see it poking his head around the tree and looking. Then he said he'd walk down the road a little further and go to the other side and get behind the tree. Then he said at one point, it was standing right in the middle of the fire trail, and he saw the head go down about a foot, like it was squinting his eyes and really trying to look and see what was going on down there with these high school seniors throwing snowballs at each other. Anyway, about this time, he said he realized that this thing was huge. It was 10, 11 feet tall. And he got scared. He realized it wasn't one of his friends. And he started yelling out for his friend, saying, come on, let's get out of here. We got to go. And his friends jumped up and came up, saw it up on the hill. And the guy driving jumped in, And he just started going. He's like, "Come on, we're going." And my buddy jumped in the back of the truck as they were trying to get out of there. The last two guys out of the six came up from behind them down the hill and ran up and jumped in the back of the truck as they were squealing out of there. All six of them could see the big old tall Sasquatch standing there watching them leave. Pinnacle Rock is a scary place, people. My next episode, I'm going to tell you about my scariest experiences. And it was right there at Pinnacle Rock. And pretty interesting. Pretty cool. Anyway, I'm really enjoying giving you guys these stories, and I hope you're enjoying hearing them. Big Truth out.